The barista was rude to me every morning for a week, so I paid for my coffee in all pennies during the rush hour. So this barista at the coffee shop on campus was being a complete jerk to me for no reason. Like I'd walk in, say good morning, and she'd just roll her eyes and slam my cup down. I wasn't even asking for anything complicated, just a regular black coffee, nothing fancy. But every single day she'd act like I was ruining her entire life by ordering coffee at a coffee shop. By Wednesday, I was fed up. She literally threw my change at me and it scattered all over the counter. I picked up every coin while she stood there tapping her foot like I was taking forever. That's when I decided she needed to learn some basic human decency. Thursday morning, I went to the bank and got $20 worth of pennies. 2,000 pennies in those little paper rolls. I stuffed them all in my backpack and waited for Friday morning rush hour when the line would be wrapped around the building. Friday came and the place was packed. Students rushing to class, professors grabbing their morning fix, everyone in a hurry. Perfect. I waited until the line was at its longest, about 15 people deep, before I walked in and got in line. When it was finally my turn, the same rude barista was there looking annoyed as usual. She didn't even look up when she asked what I wanted. I ordered my black coffee, and when she told me it was $3.50, I smiled real wide and pulled out my backpack. I started unloading roll after roll of pennies onto the counter. Her face went from bored to confused to absolutely furious in about 10 seconds. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Paying for my coffee," I said, still smiling. "This is legal tender. You have to accept it." The people behind me started groaning and checking their phones. The barista called her manager over, who just shrugged and said pennies were valid payment. So she had to stand there, counting out 350 pennies while the line got longer and angrier. But here's where it gets good. After about 5 minutes of counting, she miscounted and had to start over. The girl behind me in line actually started laughing when she realized what was happening. Then more people caught on and some were recording it on their phones. The barista's face was getting redder and redder. She kept trying to count faster, but the pennies kept slipping through her fingers and rolling off the counter. Every time one fell, she'd have to start that roll over again. The manager finally came back and told her to just estimate it and give me my coffee. She was so mad she could barely speak. Her hands were shaking as she handed me my cup. I took a sip, smiled, and said, "Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day now." The sarcasm was thick enough to cut with a knife. The next Monday, she wasn't working there anymore. Turns out she'd been giving attitude to lots of customers, and my little penny stunt was the final straw that got her fired. The new barista is actually really nice and remembers my order.